soon after I graduated from art school, I think it was in that first year, I had what's called a big dream. And I had been in college an archaeology, anthropology, psychology major. And my closest psychiatrist friends said that this dream was integrative. And the dream was, I was on an archaeology expedition, and I found this unique axe. And I woke up and my hand was trying to bring it back with me. And so I made a sketch of it in my dream journal. And probably right after art school, but 4 or 5 years later, it was one of the very first bronze castings I ever made. So that's a picture of the bronze casting of this axe that appeared to me in a dream. Let's see. There we go. So that got me interested in axes, which go way back. Can anybody guess how old this is? It's, I think I should have written it down. I think it's about 700,000 years old.
Wow.
So most people think of aesthetics, you know, in the beginning of Homo sapiens making art with the Lascaux caves or the different Venus of Willendorf, you know, the bisons, the fertility figures. But the aesthetics started hundreds of thousands of years before that. And the question is, why is the sunset beautiful? In other words, what is it in us, God-given, that appreciates beauty? Of what evolutionary advantage is it to have an aesthetic sense? And it started 1 million years ago in pre-Homo sapiens. You know, that is a stunningly beautiful object, very special stone that's been hard to work and has been knapped to show off the color. And there's one more thing about axes like this. They find too many of them that have never been used. So they can infer that the use wasn't for chopping a carcass that you stole from the lions or whatever it was, that these had a symbolic purpose. So this is way back in deep human history, pre-Homo sapien times, with these axes that have never been used and that are so perfect. One speculation, and it's only a guess at this distance, is that they were courtship objects. You know, the guy who made the most perfect axe gets the girl. And by the way, an aesthetic sense of symmetry, for example, would help one be a better tool maker. Next slide. So this is sort of the same genre. It's one of my favorites. You can see that the axe has been carefully knapped around a fossil right in the middle, deliberately left there. So that's an aesthetic. This is 600,000 years ago from the British Isles. Next slide. So from that axe, I began making axe-like forms. These are bronzes by the dozens, later hundreds. And I collected them all together in a show in October. There were over 1,000. Next slide. So that's what I call an archaeology of the subconscious. So these are all my little objects made for the hand, and they sort of add up and then can be displayed as you might see in a museum.